Poor boy sings Hotel California. Simon Cowell left speechless on live stage. The studio lights were blinding, and the crowd's murmur roared in his ears like the ocean before a storm. 15-year-old Eli Turner stood barefoot on the stage of Britain's Got Talent, clutching a battered guitar with chipped paint and frayed strings. His jeans were torn, not the designer kind, but the kind that comes from climbing fences and sleeping under bridges. He swallowed hard as Simon Cowell raised an eyebrow. "What are you going to sing for us, young man?" Simon asked, voice even, eyes curious but skeptical. Eli's fingers trembled on the guitar neck. I'll sing Hotel California by the Eagles, sir." A murmur of surprise swept through the crowd. Simon leaned back, arms crossed. "That's a tough song," he said. "Let's hear it." The boy took a breath. For a moment, there was only silence. Then, he began. His voice was soft at first, raw and unpolished, but within seconds, something in it reached out like light through cracks. It wasn't perfect, it was better. It was real. The audience fell quiet. The haunting melody of Hotel California filled the air, but Eli sang it like it was his own story, like he had lived every line. "On a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair." The words carried pain, longing, and something more, hope. His eyes closed as he played, lost in the music. Each chord was a confession, each lyric a piece of his soul. When he hit the line, "You can check out any time you like, but you can never leave," his voice cracked, and a tear slid down his cheek. The entire room held its breath. When the song ended, there was silence. Then the crowd erupted, cheers, whistles, people on their feet. Even Simon Cowell, known for his cold critiques, didn't speak for several seconds. His eyes glistened slightly as he leaned forward. "Eli," he said quietly, "that was extraordinary." But before the judges could continue, Amanda Holden asked gently, "Eli, can we ask? Where are you from?" The boy hesitated, clutching the guitar tighter. I live on the streets," he admitted softly. "My mom passed away when I was 10. My dad, he's in jail. I just play wherever people will listen. Sometimes outside cafes. Sometimes train stations." He smiled awkwardly, eyes darting to the floor. "Music's the only thing that keeps me company." A hush fell over the audience again. Even Simon looked down, lips pressed together. Then Eli added, "I used to listen to Hotel California with my mom. She said one day I'd sing it on a big stage." He chuckled nervously. "Guess she was right." Simon's jaw tightened. He looked away for a moment, then back at the boy. "Eli," he said slowly, "you didn't just sing a song tonight, you told a story. You sang with heart, and that's something you can't teach." When the four judges unanimously hit their golden buzzers, an unprecedented moment, the confetti burst from the ceiling like a storm of gold rain. Eli stood frozen. Tears streaming down his face, as the crowd chanted his name. But that was just the beginning. Overnight, the video went viral. "Poor Boy Sings Hotel California," Simon Cowell left speechless, hit 50 million views in 3 days. The internet fell in love with Eli Turner, the street boy with a golden voice and a broken guitar. Messages flooded in from around the world. A famous music producer offered him a scholarship to a music academy. A charity in London raised enough money to get him housing. Even the Eagles themselves sent a handwritten note saying, "You gave our song new life." Eli's first TV interview aired a week later. When asked what he would do with his newfound fame, he smiled shyly and said, "There's a lot of kids like me out there, singing for coins, sleeping in bus stops. I want to help them. Maybe build a music school someday. Somewhere kids can feel safe, and sing." The host's eyes welled up. Simon, watching from backstage, smiled for the first time in years, not the polished TV smile, but a genuine, human one. Months later, during the show's finale, Simon surprised Eli live on stage. "Eli," he said, "there's something you don't know." He turned toward the big screen behind them. It showed a video, workers renovating a small old building. "This," Simon said, "is your new music center. Funded by donations from viewers all over the world. It's called Eli's Place." The boy's knees buckled. He covered his mouth as the crowd cheered. Tears poured down his face. Simon stepped forward and placed a hand on his shoulder. "You reminded us all why we do this," he said softly. "Because sometimes, a song can save a life." That night, Eli sang again, this time not for survival, but for joy. His voice soared, fuller and freer than ever before. And as he sang the last note, he looked up toward the ceiling, as though speaking to his mother. "We made it, Mom," he whispered. The audience didn't just applaud, they cried, smiled, and believed a little more in miracles. Because for one night, a poor boy's song turned into something bigger than fame, it became a reminder that kindness, talent, and love can rise from even the darkest streets. And somewhere in that glowing theater, Simon Cowell, known for breaking stars, realized that, for once, he had helped build one.